particular day, for this day, we have Turnout8 versus Chris Hecker.
Chris Hecker, checker to the rest of you. Checks if you want to make him a little bit mad.
Checks mix.
Checks mix if you want to make him really, really mad, which, we do.
Twitch.tv/Spy Party himself.
Yes, yeah, the man who controls this channel and so generously allows us.
So generously gives us the stream keys and lets us
doesn't complain too much when we make fun of him.
Neither of those make him mad. Oh.
We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun teasing him, and we also have a lot of fun specifically trying to guess how good he would be if he had more time to play. The guesses range from still in silver but highly competitive in it to maybe low plat. I tend to come down high silver, low gold myself. I think he could be that good if he played enough. But he hasn't had time to, unfortunately, because he's busy, making the game, which I guess that's a pretty good excuse. This season, no wins yet, but he did play his Week 9 match against James1221, which is kind of out of order. He had to play his matches a little out of order, so it's his Week 9 match. Played it shortly before this one and tied 6-6, his first non-loss of the year. Before that, he only had 3 games where he even got to 4 wins. Let alone the 7-5, which would be the closest loss possible. So hasn't really come close until just recently with that tie. Turnout, on the other hand, has only beaten Checker and Teetery this year. Definitely a bit of a disappointing season for Turnout after some time off. Was one of probably the top 10 or 12 players before they had to leave SCL for a while. Bumped down to silver based on that time off, and was a lot of people's picks just based on track record, certainly. But as we've seen, the game has changed enough that taking that time off has hurt Turnout a little bit. Maybe had to play his way into shape a little bit as the season went on. Seems a little better to me than when the season started. But whatever the reason, definitely a lower placement in silver, I think, than they expected. And now they have to play the guy who made it.
Very interesting thing to note about Checker is you can watch the rust happen when he plays, because the more games he plays in a row, the better he gets. You can actually watch the skill level go up as he just shakes the rust off during a match.
Right, it's really funny.
If he plays 2 matches back to back, he will do a lot better in the second one than he does in the first. It's really interesting to watch.
That's a great illustration of the rust we're talking about. How little can he find time to play? That if he plays 9 or 10 games in a row, he's significantly better in the 9th or 10th than he is at the 1st or 2nd.
Yeah.
That's why in season 2, when I had to play Checker, I think I had to play we owed each other 2 full sets, and I was like, I need to do first, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, but although Checker did beat me once at PAX, and I was very
this is actually this is kind of what happened last season. He went 0-10 last year, didn't even manage to tie, so he's already improved on last year's showing. But most of those losses last year were not close. We're talking 5-1, 5-2, 5-1, 5-0. But he did play a number of his games late in the year. I think he played 2 on July 31st last year, and then 3 on August 1st. And he did lose the last one to Wodar just 6-4. So he did the same thing you mentioned. He got better as it went on. His closest loss, at least last year, was in Week 10. And obviously, as I mentioned, just tied his match against James. So this definitely represents one of his better chances to get not just his first win of this year, but his first win of this year or last year. This is quite a streak he's trying to break.
Well, let's get into the picks and the bans. First up, Checker, declining to ban anything, all of the maps, I suppose.
Yeah, Checker!
Well, I said earlier that not banning is an expression of confidence. I think with Checker, it's more of a sense of obligation.
Right. I love all my maps equally.
I love all my babies. They're all my children. I love them all equally. I don't want to cause any fights among them. Yeah.
And Turnout turns around and just says, fine, I see your no ban. I raise you a no ban. So, this draft, no bans.
No bans.
I love it.
No bans.
It's
the honourable thing.
It truly is. It truly is. It truly is.
Now he said that. Love all your children, though. Even Terrace?
What did I say? What did I? I'm gonna meet you both. How do I do that?
It's actively trolling you now.
I don't care. If Terrace is a great map.
Yeah. Okay, let's just say Terrace is the child that's very pretty. Maybe you're not sending that one to college. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, so cruel. Well, anyway, we say we decline the bans because we love all our children equally, but let's see which ones are more equal in the picks.
Yeah, let's say it only lasts for so long. Now you've got
Does
to
it?
Picks Terrace. I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Checker
Yeah.
goes ahead and picks Terrace. No,
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Picks Gallery.
Oh.
Picks Gallery.
Oh.
I hope so.
Yep.
Picks Gallery any 4 of 8 for the Checkers doubled map. Turnout's double map is going to be Courtyard any 4 of 7. Checkers' last pick is going to be Balcony any 2 of 3. And Turnout's last pick is going to be the Ballroom any 4 of 8.
Oh yeah, this is old school.
Yeah, this is old school. I really don't care to analyze Checkers' picks. I don't think there's too much to say there. I know. I just don't think there's a whole lot to say. I think it's not whether or not Checker wins or loses is not going to really come down to them, in my opinion.
There are only 2 things that could make this draft better. One, if Gallery was instead Veranda, then it would be the old schoolingest.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
good point.
2, if Gallery was instead Terrace.
Or they were just all Terrace.
Yeah, I will say one thing. All Terrace, you know, it's his game. He can do what he wants. I will say one thing about the balcony pick. I do like the balcony pick because if you're Checker, you do have to recognize that you're going to be an underdog in basically all your matches, and that's okay, right? That's fine. And if you do that, you want the variance of balcony. I remember he actually asked me, I think it was last year, he had a match against Piers. He was stuck in the same division as Piers, I think, at one point, or he had to play him for some reason or another, whatever it was, right? And, you know, he said, what do I pick? And I said, balcony. I picked balcony. It's okay, you know, lean into that. I think he picked Panop instead, which was probably the last one I would have recommended. It's okay. You know, this is something as the new guy in Diamond, I had to be very honest with myself about between seasons. I had to say, you know what? It's going to be okay. Don't be ashamed to recognize you're an underdog because you're in Diamond and you're going to be an underdog at least some of the time, if not every single freaking week. And lean into that and pick the high variance maps if you have to. You know?
And for those of you who may be a little bit confused, Panopticon in Old Art has become Library in New Art.
Yes. Thank you for the clarification. And, you know, yeah, so I think you need to be able to say it's okay. You know, it's okay. I'm okay with the randomness. And, you know, hey, I made this game, man. I can win on any map. That's what you got to say.
I believe,
let's
actually,
get this show on the
before we
road.
get the show on the road, is Library the only map that changed names in the New Art transition?
Well, Modern.
I mean, Modern is a whole new map.
Yeah, it is essentially a new map, right?
All right,
yeah,
anyway.
I think so.
All right, cool. Let's get into it right now. I have everything set. Yep, gallery. Perfect.
Starting things off,
What?
Turnout8 as Smallman on the gallery. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I like that. I like choosing Smallman here. I feel like if you're not playing as much, you might not be quite as deeply aware of the Smallman meta, especially on gallery, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less likely to credit all the things you have to inevitably credit Smallman for, particularly when they end up in that back conversation.
Yeah. I have seen a situation where the sniper is like, wait a second, I didn't know Smallman was on this map, and I just saw him come out of the back of that conversation halfway into the game. I guess I should just shoot him immediately. And it worked.
Yeah, not only does Smallman come out from behind there, he comes out from behind there with sometimes.
Yeah. Ooh, nice little bug around the back there, wrong arm from Turnout8, and is now hiding behind a slimmer person.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. Definitely get a bit of cover there from Seek, but
Well, no more cover. Cover is gone.
no more cover. So now you have to actually do things.
We do have 51% on that flirt as well. Oh, that's not a pad.
Yeah, totally off camera. Looks like Checker was probably zoomed in, maybe on the guest list.
Yeah.
Checker is highlighting for statues, as far as I can see. At least sort of. Maybe not only for, but certainly occasionally.
Adds 45 seconds to the clock and wanted to finish the flirt there. What got sunshined?
Not seen at Windows at all. At most, Checker might be able to narrow it down rather, to people who are outside the gallery.
I don't actually think Checkers even noticed the time.
No, I don't think so either, but it's not even really possible. Way too zoomed in. He's very focused here right now on the Ambassador and on Toby, I think.
Just probably a good way to be.
Generally speaking, yeah. The thing is, a good spy can just get up to a lot of trouble out there out front, especially if any of the AIs that you need to be out there humor you.
Stepping in for his second flirt gets him up to 85%, and a really nice, actually, contact coming off.
For Gallery, absolutely. Yeah, and Turnout is actually in really good shape here. The Seduce is almost done, the Bug is done, the Contact is done. The thing is, you figure with 90 seconds left and on Gallery, he probably doesn't want to go to statues this game. He wants to dump this book in blue, but he wants to do it at the right time and then finish the flirt.
Speaking of finishing the flirt, we've got that done. And we're
Moment of truth coming up.
Blue books.
And here's the game, one way or the other.
Oh, no, looks like Turnout knows.
Oh no, oh no!
He knows! Oh, almost got it hit behind Toby, but not quite enough. Checker is able to get the shot done, and he is up 1-0.
Big time shot. Very scary there at the end. One of the reasons Smallman is so scary is because even when you do see him do things, not a big target.
Yeah.
And in Gallery, with all that occlusion, sometimes dancing can actually be kind of viable.
Yeah. Especially when you're freaking tiny and impossible to shoot. All right, let's get into the next one, though. Checker with his first rodeo on the spy side of things. Turnout8 on the sniper on the Gallery. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I think Turnout must have thought he'd gotten away with that. I think he thought he was safe, and I'm guessing he was surprised when that shot came off.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty good shot from Checker.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, apparently this is the game Checker was talking about that he referred to as his best and worst spy game of his career. So I'm excited.
Well, he's approaching... Nope, he's not approaching the Ambassador. He's taking a hard cut left to green bookshelf. Yeah.
This is fine. He's got so much cover here. And there was 51% flirt because his section target got snuggly. This is looking nice for Checker. Green film in pockets. That's a strong start.
Yeah, very strong start.
Oh god. Oh god. Alright, we got a green purloin at paintings. That can be very good, but also Checker is known for not being able to resist taking the guest list ever.
I think it might have worked out here because the person who purloins for him, Alice, gets the highlight and he doesn't. A few lowlights come out though. So Turnout is confident that he caught it quick and is lowlighting several people who were out front.
I think this is a net positive for... Actually, I call that about even. That's a big mission done, but a lot of lowlights as well.
Yeah, I'll lean Checker for that one because I think there were only about 4 or 5, which is good, no doubt. But when you factor in the highlight for Alice, I think the possibility of a wrong shot has really gone up here.
Yeah, especially because Alice was just seen with the briefcase.
Yep, and now she's at shelves. She's doing stuff, in other words.
Well, speaking of fingerprints, we just got one of our own as we step into the statues for our first set of inspects.
This is a big decision. With the purloin already done and half a microfilm done, there's a big choice there. Am I going to try to go to statues at all? Am I going to finish inspects this game? So going there, not for any fingerprint purposes, actually is a significant signal. Whoa!
Oh, the bug threw a person! That's incredible! Next, another flirt comes out of it as well, up to 85%. Checker's just put himself in a fantastic position.
Yep, a little bit of opportunism there. Goes right through the Pearl's character. The Amber leaves right afterwards, and there's no indication of the sniper scene at all.
It was a weird shoving himself into cover. What Checker, you don't walk in through the conversation like that, please. It's impolite.
Okay, so there are 2 missions done.
Oh god, now okay, everything's going wrong now.
Oh god. He has 2 missions done and partial progress on 4 others. He has done part of 6 of the 8 possible missions.
Oh my god.
This is still 4 of 8, right? Oh god.
He missed a pad! Alright, we're getting the flirt done. The flirt is done. We have 10 seconds to do literally anything.
Did he have the wrong prop file? Is it any 6 of 8 where he is?
This is okay. We're gonna fake contact with 0 seconds left on the clock.
Oh god. Oh, that
Run
hurts
out
so
of
bad.
time.
Oh my god. Okay, so we dodged a bullet here. Technically, Bacon said in chat, if you time out with 4 missions half done, I'm quitting Spy Party. It's actually only 3. That seduce was big. Although as someone who is fighting Canadian Bacon for the last final spot,
Jesus.
really close. I almost caught a break there. Wow. Look at this mission setup. This is tough to watch. This is a...
Bug done. He got 2 hardtails done and half of a third one. He got 2 inspects. He got a fingerprint. And he still didn't finish missions.
So there's that sad reference about Hemingway's short story, saddest story in 6 possible words. How about saddest spy game with 1 corner of a screenshot of the final frame? Just that mission setup. 3 missions done. 3 missions almost done. Spy ran out of time.
Oh my god.
That's hard to watch. That's hard to watch.
It hurts, Trek.
So much went right. That's one of those things where the party was really kind of on your side at a couple key points. And you got to give them credit for the opportunistic bug. That was good. It was good. It was well timed. The Purloin was pretty good. Turnout was moving back and forth. He hit the green. He ran, but he didn't run too far away. Although if he made all the way outside in time, he might have gotten a low light for his troubles. I am also a little impressed that Turnout managed not to shoot there, certainly.
Oof.
Oof is right. Oof is right.
You left a lot of progress on the table.
Yeah, a lot of progress on the table.
It's okay.
I don't know if you realize that doesn't carry forward.
Oh.
You don't get to start the next spy game with 2 inspects or half a microfilm or a fingerprint. That is gone.
All right. Well, let's get that game behind us. We got Turnout8 on the spy this time around. Checker on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Spy mission plans do not come with rollover. It's in the fine print.
Oh my god.
Well, it can't get any worse, Tobo. Every game, I guarantee you, every spy game is going to be less upsetting than that one. They'll all be better now.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, we bottomed out.
I think somebody could probably hit 99% on the flirt and then red test the last one and still not get me that upset.
So there is something really hard about that. I know we're still talking about that last game while this game is happening, but we have to, right? I will say in Checker's defense, the downside of having so much partial progress is that it's really hard to keep tracking, okay, so where are the fingerprints, right? Where's the DA? Where's my seduction target? Are the statues open? Is it the right statue? You know, because I can't go to the same set. So even though you have all these opportunities, it's also a lot of things to think about. Which one do I finish? It's basically choice paralysis.
Well, we've got 51% on the flirt. We've got the contact done. We've got green microfilm in pocket, and we've got a highlight. So things have been happening. We just haven't been talking about them because that last game. Oh,
Right.
that's just a bug that didn't take, but also apparently wasn't seen.
By the way, that highlight, I'm pretty sure came after 3 shells. I don't know if you know, there's some controversy about this. And now, apparently, the developer himself has weighed in and says, oh yeah, no, that's suspicious, you guys. So I really appreciate the vindication here. I feel very good about myself tonight.
All right, there's that flirt getting finished up. Here's the transfer getting finished up. Here's Turnout8 getting finished up by a bullet in the back of the head by Checker.
Really good catch on that microfilm transfer. It's a
Yeah.
green, too.
That was impressive.
Yeah, but if he's highlighting for 3 at shelves, like a good sniper, of course, he's already very suspicious and watching specifically for that, for that action at blue shelves. So makes a lot of sense. I'm impressed.
I'm pretty sure we have data somewhere about how often 3 at shelves happens.
What I love about it is that it seems to happen just often enough to continue the argument. It's just enough that it's sort of weirdly arguable, because the argument is actually not about does it happen, of course. To be fair, the argument is really about, is it worth even noting, right?
Yeah.
And it's so the threshold for that is very fuzzy, certainly. But in this case,
I honestly
it wins.
think people on both sides of the argument,
Yes.
at this point, they're just being stubborn.
No, we just saw.
No, I'm not either. No, I'm not being
saw
stubborn.
the victory because of a highlight at 3 at bookshelf. Like I don't
Well,
even.
yeah,
I don't even
also,
like.
I would like to
proof
remind you that
positive.
we've also seen a victory because of 5 missed bug attempts in Diamond League.
Oh yeah, that was one hell of a game.
Right. Well, so whatever the reason, Checker has actually taken 2 pretty good shots onto Turnout, and
Yeah,
Turnout at this point is wondering, this is not. He's thinking, what is going on? This is not the Checker sniper I expected to be playing today.
Yeah. Checker doing some good stuff here as he steps back into the spy side of the gallery. Turnout8 on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And it's Alice again.
It is, in fact, Alice again.
One thing I'm going to say I'm proud of Checker for this. Good mission progress in general, though. Not the paralysis we see sometimes. That was a big problem in past SCL seasons, just not getting things done.
Yeah, Checker definitely seems to have kicked that habit at least, although he hasn't necessarily kicked the always purloin habit yet.
Yeah. Now, it is funny, he technically didn't time out last season as Spy, but that's a little misleading. There were a lot of games where he had to rush something late because he was going to time out, and then Spy shot.
This is true. Takes a blue book out and is heading towards the front of the party. No Seduce as of yet, which can come out to bite you pretty hard on this map.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It adds up in a hurry, and having no done right now, it's not a problem yet. It could become one very quickly.
Well, in conversation with the double agent getting ready to contact, lots of people moving all of a sudden right as this contact comes off, god damn it. So that's unfortunate. Gets the bug on his way out while the low lighting is going on. Chris Hecker, I like it.
That's how it goes. At this point, one of the biggest strengths of Banana Bread as spies get better is that you do something in its wake, not just the hardtails that are really obvious, but sometimes a delayed bug can be very effective.
And just, okay, so he goes and puts the transfer back, which is great, but then he steps inside the ambassador, which is not so great, and then he purloins, which is not so great, but it's fine because Turnout8 doesn't see it, and Checker is up 3-1.
No statue visits there, and I hasten to add, no partial mission progress. Every mission he started, he completed that time, but none of them were Seduce. 3 hardtails.
3 hardtails is not something you usually get away with, but that was actually a solid game of Spy for Checker. Like, that was good stuff.
Pretty much all of it, but that purloin at the end was a big, big risk that almost derailed it.
That's how you can tell it's Checker.
Right, that's how you can tell. That's how you see the first 3 missions and you're like, who is this? What if purloin late? And you're like, still him.
Track, your audio's cutting out just a little bit.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, so you look at certainly the first beginning of that game, and you think, who are you and what have you done with Chris Hecker? And then you see the purloin at the end, and you realize, no, it's still him. It's a big risk, though, because Turnout, having missed all that he missed there with those other 2 hardtails, if he gets a good clear look at the fade, it's still over. So he risked the whole game, a really good spy game, with that late purloin.
But it worked out, and we are now going into Courtyard with Checker in the lead, 3-1. He's now on the sniper side of things. Turnout8 playing the spy. in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
You gotta wonder if Gallery just fits his kind of chaotic style.
Yeah.
It's funny though.
Well be.
I believe he banned it twice last year. Was he banning maps last year, or is my data a little?
I can't recall, but very early highlight from Turnout8 is he chases his seduction all the way around the statue, only to have him go to a window pad.
Yeah, I think the chaos of Gallery plays into his spy style. I would consider picking it a little more often there, Checker.
Yeah. Certainly worked for you this time around. Now we continue to chase the seduction target. And 44% on the flirt is not fantastic, but it'll do.
I'm actually impressed by the sniper cam right now. He's taking some really good angles on the ambassador. Turnout walked by the ambassador at statues, and Checker took a really good sharp angle that would have given him a good look at the bug, but still let him see the tray. It was well positioned. Sometimes when you're watching this replay sniper camera, it's frustrating because you want to turn to see something, and they're not turning or looking where you think they should be. In this case, he had his camera exactly where I would have wanted mine.
Yeah. And, like, sniper movement it's an underrated skill, I think.
It is. It's anticipatory, especially when the ambassador is moving around. You can't just move over to try to catch something when they're vulnerable. You have to anticipate it. And it's all the more important on Courtyard, where about a third of the map is hidden behind that giant statue.
It does step into statues, picks up a couple of inspects, not able to hit the difficult fingerprint, but that's just fine. We still have 2 minutes to play. Ooh, what's that highlight for?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, actually. Probably not 3 shelves this time, I'll admit.
3 statues is the new thing. Pass it on.
I think, maybe that path. Maybe it's delayed for the statue. We saw them walking away from the statue. Might have just been a little delayed.
Yeah.
Missed it the first time. Decent guess.
Probably. Was hanging out with the double agent for a while, but not enough people in conversation to get the contact off. Just goes for another time ad. And stepping in for the second flirt. White test on the second one up to 78%. So we're very much in range for the 3 flirt, even at a bit of a distance on the white test here, which is nice to see.
It's going to be a fingerprint hot on that statue, but he's already been to statues. We did see, I think the fingerprint attempt earlier. He's still got a lot of time here. A lot of time here still.
But if we are going to take the statue visit for the fingerprint, I'd much rather do it sooner rather than later, because you don't want to be seeing that statues late, even if you've already been.
Yeah, so you have to trade that against obviously going for a statue while it's still hot.
Yeah. Minute and 20 left on the clock. We've got 2 flirts done, and we are going to pick up that fingerprint.
I think I like it. Oh, wow. Super quick putback, though.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. What? Wow. Oh, God. No. Checker is on it. You can't do that. It's just a fingerprint. There's no need.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I see it. I don't know if you need to shoot there either, though. I think there's ample time to wait for confirmation. But Checker's still all over it. I like testing him, though. I like the decision to go for the fingerprint. I feel like if someone is out of practice, if they're likely to forget anything at that point or have trouble tracking anything, it might be fingerprint. So I would certainly want to make him beat me doing that first.
Yeah, I like the fingerprint. I don't like the early leave. But either
Agreed.
way,
Yeah.
Checker stepping into the spiral with a comfortable lead. Turnout8 on the sniper. 3, 2, 1, playing it. This has been some really strong play from Checker.
I can't disagree. I expected some craziness maybe, and sometimes the chaos just works out. But there have been a couple games here, or at least let's say good parts of certain games, maybe like 80 or 90% of a given game, where the play was just solid, just straight up.
Yeah.
It wasn't not qualified for Checker, not happened to work out because the sniper looked away or made a mistake, and crazy stuff just happened to line up like it does sometimes. Some of it was just good and solid play.
Like, even Turnout's win was a good game from Checker.
Yeah,
Just didn't
yeah.
finish it.
Yeah, some of those shots, some of those sniper shots, really close. Cutting it a little close, certainly, but enough.
34% on the flirt at this point when the contact comes off. Timer flirt coming out. This one's a green, gets us up to 85% with 2 minutes left to play. Pretty solid start for checker time-wise. Just gotta step into statues now.
Yeah, and I'd do it, certainly. Sooner rather than later, I think, in this case.
Yeah, I want to keep ourselves ahead of schedule. Gets a fingerprint off of a drink, though, which is very nice to see. Might be able to get a briefcase here if we can chase the ambassador away. But in waiting for this, we might also just be burning time on the clock, which is not something we want to be doing.
I think he's slightly breaking idols for the sips, but I'm not going to complain too much.
At least he's not playing against Dowsey. Jesus.
Right. You can get away with that stuff in Silver, but not in Challenger? Yeah, I guess that's how it works now.
1 minute left to play. Checker has burned a lot of time here. He's behind the curve now, like well behind the curve. Going for now that the ambassador's finally left, he can finally enact his master plan of a fingerprint. But with 45 seconds left to play, we need to hit statues and get another flirt off.
Bacon can confirm, but I don't think that briefcase return was quite right. I think he was facing the wrong direction there. Not positive.
Well, it was enough to get by Turnout8.
And now
Inspect's getting finished up here. 20 seconds left on the clock. Seduction target is right next to us. Bit of a distance.
He goes across.
Might be too much of a distance. The flirt does come off successfully.
And he's going to win this, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the positioning at the end. He gets it in just under the wire, and oh boy, I love it. I love it when you get a miss with 1 or 2 seconds left.
Yeah, oh my god, that scared the heck out of me. I think Checker made himself have to get that green to finish the flirt.
That's hard to watch, certainly. Well, actually, no, he had 85% going in.
Oh yeah, he had 85.
Yeah,
he was fine.
For some reason, I thought he had less. I thought he had like 75 or something.
So I actually was worried that he was going to sidle up next to the ST there, cram himself in a little bit, be a little more obvious about it. But no, does the right thing, goes across, takes the safe flirt. Again, I use the phrase presence of mind every week because it's so hard to have presence of mind in the heat of the moment. Just to do little things like that give you bump up your chances of winning by another % or 2, right?
Yeah, I was just mixing that up with a different game, but yeah, that was definitely the correct play.
Yeah. Actually,
really well.
And if you watch Checker leaving the statues, Turnout8 like basically follows him with the crosshairs just a little bit. I feel like Turnout8 really wanted a reason to shoot, but didn't end up pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the timing on that. I love the patience. You know, it's a problem sometimes, especially if you have a problem finishing. But if you can finish, right between 10 and 20 seconds there, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And there's a few seconds left when you time it almost exactly to the end of the game. And in this case, with no hardtails, he definitely burned a little bit of time there in the middle. But he started to do things just when he needed to finish in time.
Checker's playing such a strong set of Spy Party. This is a very scary version of the creator. Let's see if he can keep it going. It's 5-1 right now as Turnout8 steps into the spiral. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I think if you had some very good snipers snipe against that game as a replay, I think a fair number of them could lose it.
Yeah, I agree.
Fingerprint on Courtyard.
What is this early highlight before the green purloin comes off?
Well, let me see here. I don't know. Maybe didn't like the bumps.
I guess? Purloin is still pending, though.
Well,
we've got a nice reject chain going.
The angle is such that the Ambassador and Turnout kind of crossed paths. They weren't actually that close, but from the angle, it probably looked like they were closer than they were. That's about all I could think of.
All right, well, 34% on the flirt. This reject chain is still going on. 2 minutes and 10 left to play.
Yeah, I don't care about that highlight now. That purloin is so
Purloin
long.
has come off. And what's the reaction?
I think he's clearly noticed it, and now he's got to make some decisions. What he does next will tell us what he saw, I think. He's doing nothing.
He just thinks he completely missed it. I think he knows that the list is gone, and he just knows he missed it completely.
I think so. And look, if you don't know, you don't know. You
Yeah.
can't bemoan it at that point. But you do need to know you're behind, and you need to be a little more aggressive.
All right, second flirt has come off. We're up to 85% now. Let's see how Checker handles this. We are at statues now for our pair of inspects with 1:10 left to play. Very slightly behind the curve because we still need this last flirt, but nothing too bad. Contact is still on the board as well. There, that comes off. So now we just need the one flirt to win it, assuming we don't get shot for something. Someone else gets shot for something instead. So, all right, Turnout's back on the board.
Well, that's what happens, and that's actually why you need to do something aggressive. When you're that sure you're behind, when there's a purloin on an any 4 of 7 like this on Courtyard, and you don't have any good suspects. Look, I know there's an elevated chance that you're going to lowlight the spy, but you have to do that. You have to make some difficult choices. Maybe even have to shoot for talk during a BB, if you really think you're that far behind.
Well, Checker knew he had to take a shot, and he took one. It wasn't a high percentage shot, but it was a shot he did have to take. Let's see how he plays it. Back on the spy side, he can keep this aggression going. In 3, 2, 1, play it.
I say it all the time. You can take shots that are probably wrong, and still the best shot you can take.
Ooh, nice little bug in the way into conversation during the time of chaos. That's beautiful. That's going to give Checker a huge lead in this game.
Yeah, just right off the bat, and if it's not seen, all he has to do is make steady progress the rest of the way.
Bold little play from Checker, very much favoring him in this position. Look at this, gets his first flirt for 34%, and the double agent comes to say hi. We get the contact, leaving, I think, only 2 or 3 lowlights on the board. Only 2 of them got taken.
Yeah, about half the party, though, couldn't have done a real one. But Turnout's not at the point where he wants to assume real, I don't think. Oh, actually, so he's going to do this. He's not going to lowlight, assuming any possible fakers, but he is going to highlight anyone who could have been the real BB. So good move there, and it ends up being the right one because he does have Checker highlight now for that reason. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though, if Checker can play the rest of the game solid.
Second flirt coming off up to 68%, and at this point, Checker is still in a good position, but that highlight could be Turnout8's ticket back into this since Checker hasn't gone to statues yet.
He's got it narrowed down, not a ton. He's got the party roughly cut in half. Not bad. The problem is the bug has already happened. That's the problem.
Yeah. If you can get a hard tell off before your highlight in Courtyard, you've effectively won the game. But Turnout8 has got himself, though it's a difficult way back in, he's got a way back into this game. Flirt gets finished up for Checker. It's just a statue visit now. This is going to be such a hard shot to take.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to take it. I think Checker is probably just a few seconds away from securing at least a tie here. It would be his second in a row.
45 seconds left on the clock, but all it takes is a pair of inspects as he steps into the statues.
It's not without risk. A statue visit this late on Courtyard, if someone concludes they're behind, if they want to take a desperate shot, it's easy to imagine they do it at Alice here.
Yeah, it is, but there are other highlights who have gone to statues, and I just don't think this is the shot that gets taken. Checker on the mission win cooldown, a pathing mistake. Turnout doesn't see it. And ladies and gentlemen, Chris Hecker is on match point. 6-2.
His only weakness, the shrub, I guess. Almost goes headlong into the shrub and almost ruins a beautiful, patient game. But it does work. Not a lot of time for Turnout to react. The highlight, significant, but came after the hardtail. That's all it is. And now Checker has done it. He's got himself at least another tie. And he's got 4 chances to get his first win again, not just this year, but this year or last year.
Man, the way he's been playing, Checker deserves this, man. Like, he's been playing so well.
Yeah, there have been some shenanigans. There's certainly been some assistance and some luck and some things that were missed. But by and large, I don't think it's been, a luck-based set of victories so far. I think it's been more like he's been playing these games, these spy games that are like 80-90% just really, really solid with a couple of mistakes, and he hasn't been dinged for the mistakes. But he's not leaving stuff all over here. He's not leaving it out. He's playing really strong games with small mistakes, not giving Turnout too much to catch.
And now it's bought him 4 match points, starting things out on the sniper side of balcony. In 3.
Wait! I didn't click the button. So talk for a second, voice.
We'll talk for a second.
I was reading the chat and getting puns. It's fine.
Never read the chat. Yeah.
Fair enough. We get this game underway.
Let's go.
In 3, 2, 1, played it. I was watching the stream. I saw you weren't there yet, so I was trying to telegraph really hard that I was about to do that.
So Turnout gets an early flirt.
Early flirt, 22%.
And that's not a good trade. You're not going to trade a 22% flirt for an early highlight on balcony, assuming it means anything. And in this case, I think it does.
Yeah, that's not a great start for Turnout.
Banana bread.
That was a very long delay on the contact. Oh, God!
Oh, goodness. Oh, God.
Wow!
There it is. Just like that, it's over. I can't really defend this shot. I'd like to, because it's a game-winning shot. It's a match-winning shot. But Turnout could not conceivably be done here. I guess sidled up to the Amba kind of early on. I guess maybe a little worried about the bug.
I think he was worried about a bug. I think he was worried about the bug, heard the contact, and decided he had to shoot.
I guess so. I guess so. That's really something.
Ladies and gentlemen. God damn, that was a really, really strong set.
Yeah, there was some really good stuff in there, and as I said, there were some games in there that I would change very little about. Maybe a couple mistakes at the end, a risky purloin here or there, stuff like that. That's about it, though. A couple of them really solid. Not convinced I would necessarily win against them if I replay snipe them, for example. So hats off. Plays really well. Maybe we shouldn't be teasing him. Maybe we've made him mad, or maybe we shouldn't be encouraging him to practice. What if he practices? What if he gets a bunch of new features in the next year or two, practices a lot, and then he makes Diamond even more awful? It could happen.
Checker's been talking about recommendations. I am so excited for that feature. It's going to blow the spy side of this game wide open.
So I wonder if Checker keeps winning, if he's going to go, maybe I don't need to change this so much. Maybe it's going pretty well. I don't want to force myself to relearn all these things. Let's just keep it the way it is now that I'm settling in here.
Well, that brings us to the end of our cast. We casted 3 incredible matches. Very fun to cast. Speaking of my casters, Warning Track and Tobo, do either of you have anything you want to plug or say as we kind of, wind things down?
If you can find me on Twitter at ToboTV, and also very occasionally on Twitch at twitch.tv/Toboshi.
You can find me at spypartyfans.com, a Spy Party fan website, as it so happens. We have analysis, we have silly memes, we have blog entries, we have testimonials, we have replays, we have links to streams, live streams. You can always find all Spy Party live streams there right when they happen. Links to the SCL manager, the latest match played, all that cool stuff. Also Spy Party fans on Twitch or Twitter. And we definitely have to plug, it's not from you, me, Toboshi, or Hummus, or anyone, the Challenger Tournament.
Oh, yes.
If you haven't, I'm not sure if we've hit the deadline yet, but if you haven't yet and you want to play in the Challenger Tournament and you qualify for it, if you played in Challenger this year and your name is not Dowsy or Pox, you qualify for it. you should let them know. Send a message to Catnip on Discord, or though really, if you contact any of us, we will help facilitate that message immediately. Just do it very quick, get in that tournament, and have some fun.
Yep. And I guess I'll plug myself. I'm Lieutenant Hummus. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, whatever. LT Hummus. The game is Spy Party. It is out. Steam Early Access. You can go and get it from Steam. Just search up Spy Party. You will find it. Go ahead, buy it. It's $25, and you will, get to join the wonderful world of Spy Party. Also, we have our official Discord, discord.gg/spyparty. Thank you to all the players. Thank you to my casters, Toboshi and Warning Track. On behalf
Your best friends.
My best friends. Although, after the terrorist opinions, you've lost a couple points.
We'll work it out. We'll talk through it.
We'll work this one out. But on behalf of everyone involved with the Spy Party Competitive League, thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Good night.